We finally did it. We beat Sylvian, or what I heard is we but simply beat a trace of her. The actual god is too unfathomable for my mere mortal mind. But still, we got an ending. And even though it was great in its own right, it left me feeling incomplete, as if I just needed to finish off the mouth story first. I found 2 ballsacky things, and I think that's the key to it. Why do I think this? Because that's the only 2 things that I feel are unfinished. So in my mind, it makes sense that they are connected. So let me try and find more of them and cut them open. I have no idea how many there are or how much more there is to do in terms of this playthrough. If you missed any of the previous videos for Fear and Hunger, I'll link the playlist down below. But for now, let's begin. I begin looking and looking. I scour this place, not finding it anywhere for a very long time. I look for new things to do or to challenge. It almost left me with a feeling of chasing ghosts. But after about 3 hours of searching, I found this. Outside where the butterfly man is, there is a little collapsed hallway to the right, and I can use an explosive vial here. This is completely uncharted territory for me. Please let my search be over. A dog immediately charges towards me and attacks me. I try to take off its legs first and then go for the head. Oh yeah, they infect with their bite and immediately infect the girl and Das. Okay, that at least I can take care of with the salmon snake soul, so it's not too bad. They infect Moonless as well, and I have no green herbs. Okay, knowledge run. I find a few sticks outside here on the grass as well, and that means more torches. Awesome. I really needed that. I also find in the center a tree comprised of roots and dead bodies, and at the center, at the top, there is a lady ingrained into the tree. Creepy stuff. The branches up top have bodies just consumed and stationary. The horror on their face probably meaning that this was not a voluntary affair. I head into the tree and it almost reminds me of the initial part of the dungeon when you first enter. Just a downward leading staircase into the abyss. I try and investigate these walls that just seem to have absorbed everything around it, and the wall feels soft around here. And I can push through it to the next areas. Okay, got it. Examine the walls. As I make my way through another wall, a monster moves toward me, and for now, it's a big nope from me and I run away. I want to at least try and explore a little bit more. The ground feels soft underneath your feet. I fail the coin toss because of course I do, and I drop down to the next level. You feel the walls of vines pulsate a little bit. Oh no. That's very weird. I explore down here a bit and find a sword just lying here, so I examine it. There is an Eastern style sword standing here. The sword gives you ominous vibes, and I try taking it. Immediately you feel a presence following you, and a ghost attacks me. You feel the ghost showing little respect towards you. I mean, okay, that's everyone in this game, to be honest. I run away because, you can't attack ghosts, and yeah, no problem at all. I just run away. I go to equip the sword, and yeah, wow, it's much stronger than what I had. Sick. Is that ghost attached to the sword? Cursed by it, perhaps? Meaning this sword can attack ghosts? I'll try that out when I see a ghost again for sure. I attack the monster roaming around here because now I want to know how tough they really are. And they're not tough at all, but when you attack the head to finish the fight, they poison you. Great. I explore this place a little bit more and I find another place where I can drop through. Then I find this. A monster walking outside of the wall ringing a little bell. That's really creepy. I love it. I explore a bit more and hit another spot where I can drop through, and this is where Seymour and Buckman are fused together. I think I f***ed up and missed something, so back I go. On the way, Moonless dies. God damn it. It's okay, we will be back for her. No worries. On my way back, the ghost attacks again, and this time I try attacking. And yeah, the sword actually hurts ghosts. Awesome. It's not the toughest fight, but it's pretty annoying since only one party member can attack it. The ghost also annoyingly cuts off Darce's arm, but no problem, I eventually do kill it. You managed to defeat the spectre that was after your sword. Like distant winds carried from the faraway lands, you hear whispers. Finish my task, O worthy. The eastern sword was purified. The engraving on the hilt becomes clear to you now. Eastern sword was purified and it revealed its true name to you, Black Steel of the East. As I make my way back to the tree, Darce completely freaks out, this time leaving my party entirely. So, I let her smoke it down and she rejoins my party. She just wanted to smoke. Man, I really need to start paying more attention to their minds. I make my way back to the tree and enter, this time just exploring a bit more, and funnily enough, I didn't miss much. I did a better job than I thought. It's just the third floor that I didn't get a chance to explore well. As I drop down, the girl and Darce dies of their infections? What? Wait, did that ghost infect them? I completely missed it, and this caught me completely off guard. Definitely a knowledge run now. So I move on to the third floor, and I found it. I found the last Saki boy. I cut it open and the organ stopped moving completely. This must have been the last one. You hear a faint scream-like sound echoing in the dungeons. Seems like an older presence has died. Just the idea is monumental and almost too much for you to bear. So hearing a scream echo through the dungeon, yeah, that is kind of telling me that it's the mouth, right? Okay, let's head towards the mouth. Just myself, because I let everyone else down. So sorry. I go towards the cave where I dropped down from the village, thinking that I could probably use the rope to get back up. And I remember the ghosts also trapping me down here last time, and I try to find another route instead. I find a path that has a few rocks on it, and it looks like I can use an explosive vial here. And I can. I use it and... the mine caves in, but you manage to survive somehow. You are stuck under the rocks and boulders. You try to move, but it's no use. And that's a game over. Okay, f*** these caves. I'm never going back here again unless I have to. Okay, we go again. I make it back, grab the sword, run from the ghost, and this time, might I add, with no infections to Moonless. I cut the ball sacky thing. This is looking really good. I drop down again and make my way towards Tortua's save point. So, I can at least have a point to move on from. Nice. I save and make my way to the mouth. And as I do, the thing making the weird sound in the Moonless cave finally reveals itself. At the worst time. I choose to fight it because at least I have a save nearby. And this boss is a complete joke. I destroy her very easily and she flies off. This is probably not the last encounter with her, but I got a mission, so I ignore her and move on. I make it to the mouth and it's different. It's now standing open. Okay, confirmed. The mouth is connected to the ball sacks. Okay, that sounds really weird to say, but hey, it's the truth. As I examine it, I can enter the mouth. Okay, hold on. So this is going to be a whole thing now. This is the gauntlet, and the music here is oppressive. Really oppressive. I move forward, and that monster that I saw in the ancient city is also here. I fight it because why not? And it's not actually that bad, but it does hit like a truck, and it also managed to kill Moonless because I wasn't fully locked in. My bad. Knowledge run. Knowledge run. I move on and I get cut in half. Completely bisected. My god, that's brutal. One hit kill. Okay, new game plan. I'm gonna get the Book of Enlightenment. Then I'm gonna try and get all the way to the thicket and then to the save and finally to the mouth. All while using 0 torches. This should give me 3 torches by the time I get to the mouth because I have 1 now and then there are 2 sticks at the thicket entrance which would give me 3. Okay, let's do this. I get to the Grand Hall again and this time to keep it safe, I'm going to Google the correct way to ask 3 things that I want to know about. I want to know about the girl, Nosramus, and Pocket Cat. The girl.
A pure being in which both the strength of the new gods and a seed of the man from the prophecies come together.
Hold on, a man from the prophecies? Does that mean Legard is the dad? Oh my god, is that why she seemed to know him when I found his dead body? Is this true? Please let me know down in the comments if this is true.
Never written in history has there been a similar situation. It is truly exciting, isn't it? We can expect great things from her.
Fascinating. Just goddamn fascinating. Nosramus.
He was part of the fellowship that consisted of 4 of the current new gods. He supposedly understood the true nature of the greater scheme and thus refused his ascension.
Oh, okay, so that actually makes a ton of sense. Makes sense why he's just hanging around here and why he pushed me to go deeper into the dungeon.
He is since forgotten in our eyes and must be left in the darkness for the time he will rot.
Finally, please tell me about Pocket Cat. I for some reason can't press K on the keyboard. I don't know, it just doesn't work. You have to go manually select it. Odd. Anyway, Pocket Cat.
A servant of the trickster god, the moon. His motivations lie in the path laid out by the older god. Unfortunately, even we do not understand his mysterious ways.
Huh, so even the gods are like,
nah, we ain't touching that.
Okay, so he serves the moon cancer god. Nice, I still know very little. Moving on. Got the Book of Enlightenment and now it's time for the dark descent into the thicket and then to the save. Moonless marks a spot and we make it to the entrance and Dar smokes it down and we move on again. We get attacked by the dogs and Moonless just messes them up. Good girl. We move in and Moonless marks a spot and then Moonless marks another spot. She seems very excited. The thicket goes very smoothly, no issues, and just before I get the sword, I got another stick. So in total, I've got 4 torches now. Very nice. The more the merrier. I made it out with all my torches intact and the sword and make my way to the save bed. When I get to the bed, I use a lucky coin and, of course, both fail. A guard appears, but I destroy him easily, thankfully. Your adrenaline is running high. You can't rest at this very moment. Oh, no, man, come on. Okay, I'm gonna try and exit the room and come back in. The ghost attacks me again. Come on, man. Let me save first, then we can throw down, no problem. I run from him and then try to save again, and it fails again. But this time, no monster shows up, so I just couldn't sleep, it seems? I don't know. I try again, and this time it at least goes through and I save. Okay, now we need to make it to the mouth using no torches. The only tough part here will be the cavern, because it's pitch black, not just dark. So I have to try and make it through here. Okay, I try to make it through this time rather by going up to avoid the harpy fight. And I make it quite a bit, but it seems to be stuck at some point, to the point that I'm not sure where I am anymore. So let's light a torch and see how we did. Oh my god, I was right there. I was right there. That's very sad. Oh, god. Okay, I try to map it out and count the steps, and then I try again. Okay, I feel ready now. Let's go. I immediately get shot by a trap. Okay, let's reload. I make it to the cavern this time, but for some reason I don't get to the bridge even. I know this because the footsteps sound actually changes when you're on the bridge, so I never even made it there. How did I do worse somehow? What? I spark up a torch and yeah, I was way off. Okay, I recount the steps and this time I know it's 5 down. Right here, 5 down. And then we should be golden. Okay, I feel like I've got it now. Let's go again. And And I made it. This time went super smoothly. No problem at all. First try for real. The girl has another breakdown, so I let her smoke it down and we move on. Moonless marks 2 spots this time. Wow, she's really excited. The rest of the way, regardless of the breakdowns and stuff happening, is much easier. So I make it to the mouth area and decide to use the book right outside the mouth. Alright, I'm back here to the swinging blades. Let's try and defeat it this time. Nice, I timed it well. Nice, I didn't move in enough. Okay, 3rd time's a charm. Let's try and make it through. Nice, super easy. First try for real, guys. First try. I found a bunch of spike traps and tried to time it perfectly as well. And I did it. Flawless. In the room below, there's a monster who I try to avoid and just move through to the next room. There's just one treasure chest in here containing a plate mail. Great. If only everyone in the team wasn't already wearing one. I make it back to the spikes and move through to the left room. I clear it totally flawlessly. The next room also contains more spike traps. Great. But this is a very easy clear, and at the end there's a lever which I flip because why not? I have no idea what it does. I move back to the spike room and again flawlessly clear it. Wait, how much damage is this actually doing to me? Oh my god. Okay, well at least the traps don't kill me. Okay. I decide not to heal yet because it might just end up being a waste of healing, seeing as it doesn't kill me anyway. Moving on. You hear a crack underneath your feet. Oh god. I fail and fall to the next level. A terrifying presence has entered the room. Oh no. Oh no, that's the crow mauler. I haven't seen him in a long while. I almost forgot about him. I heal up and try to fight him. My first prize is to be able to run away here, but also another side of me wants to know how tough he really is. So I decide if I fail at running, I will fight him, and I fail, of course. So let's do this. No chance. He's way too powerful. Okay, I try again, this time avoiding that hole and making it very far into this dungeon actually, and it continues going well until this room. I try to juke this enemy like the previous enemies, but he catches me for some reason, and I fail to run away, and because everyone's at 1 HP, he kills off Das and the girl. Another knowledge run. I finally do escape him and lead him around the spiky table and make it through. Get your ankles broke. Or at least get Das and the girl broke and then your ankles broke. Alright, next area. Some progress. Okay, big boulder is bad. Noted. Let's go again. I run into the unavoidable enemy again and try to run. It fails, and Moonless gets her paw chopped off. Nope, this. I'm going again. This run goes much smoother. I feel like I'm getting the layout of this place completely down. And this time when I get back to the enemy that killed my party last time, I bear trap him. Yeah, you take that, little bro. Yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah. Lie there, useless fool. Anyway, I make it back to the bowling alley again, and this time I know there is a boulder heading my way, so I wait a second. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, there are 2 boulders, because of course there are. I go again, and this time I avoid the 2 boulders and go. Please don't let there be a 3rd boulder. Oh, okay, no, I made it. Oh wow, a fart statue. Finally, progress. These are at least easy to avoid. Okay, I'll shut up now. Oh wow, hold up, there's a new monster. I've never seen that thing before. Also, he's blocking the door. Amazing. Okay, I have to heal if I'm to stand any chance here. And while healing up, I ate raw meat, and it seems like I have a worm now. I'm sure it's all fine. Just a little worm, it's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, let's engage. Oh wow, it looks like one of those lizards with those yellow mage outfits, but its head is strange. Is this almost like what happened to Seymour and Buckman? A a fusion of the two. The yellow lizard mage's neck wobbles back and forth. That is horrifying. It even has the same weapon that the lizard man has and the same staff that the yellow mage has. Oh no, is the staff also gonna stun me? It's fine, let's fight it. Okay, wow, for all that build up, this guy was a pushover. He did stun me like the yellow mage does, but that wasn't even a factor really. What a little guy. Moving through this place, I make it to a room with one of those yellow mage lizard guys, and he starts dancing. And then the dance takes off one of the Outlander's arms. What is that unfair bullshit? I'm assuming I have to go through him. So I rush towards him and I try to be quick so that he doesn't take off another limb, but he does take off another limb. Now the Outlander has no arms. Great. I fight him anyway, and I still do damage with my stumpy arms at least. But this is just so sad. The monster goes down without any massive fuss, well, except my missing limbs, that's the fuss. But this is probably a knowledge run now anyway, so let's find out exactly where I need to go. I just can't find the way forward, so maybe it's up where the balls came from? So let's go try. I time it perfectly, but I still get crushed by nothing. Makes total sense. But at least we know it's clearly not that way. I go again, but this time the traps are glitched. I think they glitched. Look at this. That's totally glitched, right? Regardless though, I make it through this place with no issues. I even avoided the first lizard mage guy, instead running north this time. And this is a new place. It looks like the human Hydra, but way more bodies. I can also walk on the bodies. They are now considered terrain. What is this place? Thousands of bodies just surrounded by darkness. It goes on for quite a while until... the girl is looking at the darkness. You cannot see anything in there. I ask her, what is it? The girl has a concentrated and serious expression on her face. And then this. The girl is rolling on the ground, seemingly in pain. Wait, I have to fight the girl now? My god, she looks possessed. She also has 5 limbs now, and her face is contorted into this twisted, vile shape. I attack. Something is happening to the girl. She is rolling on the ground even more furiously.
Compulsory disfigurement.
The girl screams again, this time with a goat sound as well.
You can feel an entirely new presence in the darkness. The god of fear and hunger is born.
Oh my god, she changed shape completely into this being. Armless, crying blood, and the only part of the girl remaining is her hair. This is really sad. I attack again, and something is happening to the god.
She seems to be in grueling pain and twitching from the cold. The god of fear and hunger has taken a new shape.
She has grown arms now, but it seems like she is being broken open. Even the skin from her legs seem to be melting off. Again, I attack, and she deals a very low amount of damage to Moonless. Not very strong for a god, but I'm assuming the real fight is still coming.
Something is happening to the god. She seems to be in grueling pain and twitching from the cold. The god of fear and hunger has taken a new shape.
My god, this is a creepy one. It's almost like the girl's body is being shed off of the god. There are entrails or the semblance of a new body emerging from below, and her face is twisted into this horrifyingly joyous state. Man, this design is incredible. I'm truly speechless.
The god, formerly the little girl, seems to reminisce about the dagger that is still
laying on the ground. The god, formerly known as the little girl, seems to reminisce about the peculiar doll that is still laying on the ground. So she still remembers us. Man, this is really not making it easy. I attack her, but she does not retaliate. Maybe the dagger and the doll are keeping her stunned? I also decide to poison her with the one throwing dart I have to make this fight go as quick as possible. Something is happening to the god. She seems to be in grueling pain and twitching from cold. The god of fear and hunger has taken a new shape. And that's it. Every semblance of the girl is now gone. Now there is just an altar remaining. This is probably the final form since there's nothing left to shed. Also, my poison is now gone since she's transformed. That's not good. That was the only one I had. It seems like the true fight has now begun. The god is retaliating with fiery attacks. But it's not the worst. It's still quite an easy fight. There are 2 coin tosses that I thankfully succeeded, so it might have been worse if I failed. But after a little while, she goes down. The god of fear and hunger acknowledges your suffering, and she knocks me down. I wake up, legs are gone, and I'm left crawling on the ground.
Why do you resist? The thought must have crossed your mind at some point. The thought that you dove too deep. The thought that this would be a one-way trip. So instead of fighting the inevitable, why not embrace it? Just lay down and rest. There is beauty in this darkness that can be harnessed and used to usher something new.
You never escaped the dungeons. Your efforts would go unsung, but your part in the greater scheme of things was vital nevertheless. You had a vital part in the birth of a new god. One that is not a mere new god, but one that rivals the older ones. You had the first-hand experience of witnessing the coming paradigm shift the world is to go through in the new era. An era of a newborn god, the god of fear and hunger. They'll come to know this day as the cruel age. An age where a human-born god would finally rise up after millennia of mankind's struggle as the feeble new gods. Maybe your fate was an act of mercy, the last traces of compassion the newborn god shed after her true ascension. Your demise was peaceful after all. And that's it. I got ending A, the god of fear and hunger. Wow, I'm still speechless. That was an amazing trip. Man, being the child of a god is a terrifying experience, it seems like. In any case, let me know down below what you guys think, and thank you everybody for watching, and thanks to all the generous channel members and donations for keeping the channel alive. I really do appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys and gals in the next one. Cheers.